Hey, girly, isn't this nice? Here we sit under the shade of the flamboyant tree. Well, he's not in shade. That grass over there is a bit scratchy, so he's getting himself a good back rub. And the grass was longer. It looked like he twirled down the bank on his back. So this is the newly grown flamboyant tree that has been providing shade in this area. It's starting to produce its pods. It produces large pods and seeds. So I'm going to find out what properties this has. I've always liked the flamboyant tree because of the bright orange kind of flowers it has. It's very showy. And I've got two, and I want to keep them at a particular height. They do grow quite tall, so the height that it is now, that is the height I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to trim. It's kind of growing over the path on the other side, so I'm going to trim that in line with the hedge. But yeah, it provides really nice shade in this particular area. It's not an area that I've sat. I'm also repairing a hole that Cole made. This is the Mexican sunflower. Over time, you have to keep cutting it back for it to stay vibrant. Is the only word that I can, keep growing. Otherwise, it becomes very brittle, like here. Yeah, over time. And I found the more you cut back, that's why this is so ideal for chop and drop. The more you cut this back is the longer you retain the plant. Now it has been laying down other, it's got little roots on the side, and it can lay down roots. So if I put, like if you can see here, these little, they're searching for not only moisture, but a place to rest so that they can start forming roots into the ground. And so if you laid them here and put a little bit of soil, over time they would start to grow. I've done that in places, and also taken cuttings from, like I would take a woody cutting here like this, and then plant this. And because this is from one that's already flowered, it would flower this year. Like, as soon as it starts growing, it would flower. And that's what I've been doing. I got my first cutting I got from the Andromeda Gardens. I did a course there. And that one cutting has populated the whole of the garden in terms of the hedge. And as we can see in this area here, the whole of, it's about 1/4 of an acre. And I've surrounded it with a Mexican sunflower hedge, and you can see in earlier videos how it used to look. So this I've got to trim to the height that it's here, and then it just regrows. This is a month's growth, so when I'm out I usually cut it like every 2 weeks. I'm cutting it back, and then I let it grow to this length, and then I use this as chop and drop. And there's some more trees that we've got to trim. This is the shack tree, and there's another shack tree behind the neem tree here, and this is a clemencherry tree here, but there's a shack tree. But all along, I'm not getting up, all along the hedge, all the way down to the back, and all across the back, there is Mexican sunflower, and things have kind of, you know, been, if you've been following the adventures in the garden, you'll see things are growing up quite a bit. This Jacob's coat I also cut to about there, and that's like about 5 foot. So you can tell how tall it's grown. I've already cut the back of it, so just the front to cut down, and then I'll lay it down here. And what I'm tackling now at the moment is this Scaevola, and it needs to, I want to retain the path, so it needs to be cut to about here. So I'm cutting back all of this, and then just again using it either in the moringa patch as chop and drop. I don't need any more at the moment. I've got several hedges of Scaevola that I can use as cuttings, so I just use this as chop and drop. And every sort of like few months I will just cut this back. It's already seeding. It's got its little seeds, fruit there, and they'll get bigger and turn white, and then they'll get ready to drop. But as I say, there's not going to be any, I'm not putting any plants here. This just needs to be cut back so that I can retain my curved path of aloes. These have grown well. Again, they've grown from the little baby plantlets, and my aloes, the adults, you can see some over there. Let's see if we can zoom in for you. As I said, I've been working for the last couple of hours, and I just thought, let me just show what I'm doing. It was nice seeing Cole just relaxing on the floor. So they were as small as the ones that that I've got beside me, and they've grown and they've produced like baby plantlets. So, and that's the other job I was doing with the Mexican sunflower. So I planted them here, and they're growing really nicely. And I've given them enough space because they will double, triple in size, and they just need that space between them because the others are kind of quite compacted. So I've allowed these lot to get some space. I might put another one at the end here. See my this is the well, and we need to give it a power wash. The outside, it's normally white, but over time with the rain it discolours, and then you give it a good power wash and it'll come back. Probably need to give it a paint as well, but that's what I'm doing right at this moment. As I said, I needed to take a break, but I was sitting here and it's just a beautiful breeze, and I thought, let me just relax here for a minute and just take it in and just share for a moment. So I hope you're keeping well, and this is just a little inspiration for you to keep going, and remember to enjoy every step of the way. Take care for now.